How's it going today, sir?
What's the problem?
You were walking back there in the middle of the road where there was a sidewalk provided.
I didn't walk in the middle of the road. I came along the side of the trash. If you look on the sidewalk, there's an obstacle with debris on the sidewalk. What's your name?
There's officers road for my football.
On an ordinary street, a man steps into the road, not out of carelessness, but to avoid debris blocking the sidewalk. Yet that simple move quickly draws police attention, turning the moment into a real-world test of civil liberties. Are you legally required to show ID just for walking around trash? In a free society, the right to remain silent and the right to refuse identification aren't always honored. And this is where we must ask, where do your rights begin and where do they end? Stay tuned as we follow a confrontation where justice isn't enforced by a badge and a gun, but by knowledge and composure.
Officer who?
Zerillo.
What's your name?
Vasquez.
Vasquez. How you doing? I remember you, sir.
You have an ID?
How you guys doing? Yes, I do.
Can I have it, please?
For what?
Because I'm asking you for your license.
No, I don't have a reason to show you my ID.
This is a lawful stop. Just
A lawful stop for what?
for walking in the road with the sidewalk provided.
No, there's debris on the sidewalk, and I walked around the debris. Come on, I'll show you.
No, that's great. I can see it from here. There's nothing.
So what are you stopping me for then?
For walking in the sidewalk.
Do you see the debris?
No, I don't see anything in the road.
Come on, I'll show you. What's good? No, it's debris in the road. Yeah, he all right. What's the problem? Come on, I'll show you debris.
No, you come here. Come here.
What's the problem?
Give me your ID.
For what?
For not walking. on
There's
the sidewalk.
debris on the sidewalk. There was no car coming.
Give me your ID.
I wasn't supervisor on scene, sir.
We'll get you one, but give me your ID.
For what?
Because I have a right to identify you.
For what? You just want to know who I am. Well, the problem is there's debris on the sidewalk, and I went around the debris.
Sir, give me
So
your
since I stepped like this around the debris, he wants to ask me for my ID. No, I'm not. I'm not arguing at all. I don't mean to be argumentative. Yeah, I don't mean to be argumentative or anything like that. But I'm telling you, I stepped off the road to get around the debris, and now you're asking me for my ID because I stepped in the road.
where there's a sidewalk provided. Yes, sir.
No, there's debris on the sidewalk. What you want to do is get my name and to know who I am. He's not impeding. He's on private property.
That's fine.
He's not impeding anyone. What you guys need to do is get a supervisor on scene.
We got a
Because
supervisor
this is why we have the issue with community relations, because you guys act like this. You drove past me here. You went around the block, came back around, did a U-turn, came back around just because I stepped off the sidewalk. Mind you, you keep your story going about me stepping in the road, in the middle of the road. But mind you, the whole time I'm recording. So there's documents to show how far I stepped in the road. So make sure you have your alibi correct. All right, we'll wait the supervisor to see.
Hey, brother, listen to me.
Good. Oh yeah, I'm very calm. Yeah, I'm very calm.
Relax.
Uh-huh.
Don't argue with him.
No, I'm not being argumentative.
There's no crime has been committed.
No crime has been committed at all.
If he asks for your ID,
Right.
to him and tell him you don't forfeit none of your rights.
Right.
You have the right not to speak to him.
Well, we're gonna
Speak to your indigenous attorney.
I do understand that. We're going to make till a supervisor comes, so a supervisor can be aware to witness this.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah, I have no problem with showing your ID.
Say nothing else to him.
I just rather wait till the
You don't have a
supervisor.
problem with it?
I explained to you that I would rather wait until the supervisor gets here. What's your name again?
Officers are left.
Zarello. And what's your name again? Zarello, badge number.
They just doing what they like to do.
523.
Okay. 523. What's good, bro? Huh?
They say just 'cause
I
you
stepped
talking about
off the sidewalk to walk on the road to get from the debris. They want to ride past. They just want to figure out who I am, and they want to see my ID. So he's telling me since I stepped off the sidewalk and stepped on the road, now I got to give him my ID. I know better than that. He just want to know who I am. That's why they rolled past me like 3 times.
I have no idea who you are.
You want to know who I am.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking for your ID.
Exactly.
Because I will legally ask you for your ID.
That's what you should do.
This guy had no problem walking down the street. He didn't have to walk down the street and get up out the street. He had no problem. He walked perfectly down the sidewalk.
Don't say nothing else, bro.
I'm gonna take your advice.
You should take his advice. He said to give you your ID before.
And he's giving it under co-arrest and duress. You threatening him, right?
No.
Are you threatening him?
No, he did not. No, I said you should
Okay.
see your ID, sir.
All right. He told you that he did not feel comfortable giving it to you or walking close to you.
That's
You have
true.
a gun on your hip,
That's
and
fine,
he feels
but he
threatened.
still needs to show
Okay.
his ID.
So leave it at that. When the supervisor gets here, then we can go from there.
When the supervisor comes here and says you to give us your ID, you're going to give us your ID, or you can continue to not give us your ID.
What's up, bro?
You alright?
I'm good. I don't understand why they won't be able to kill us. Trying to arrest those pedophiles off the record.
You're still refusing to give us your ID.
No, I haven't refused to give you my ID. You guys have yet to articulate why you are stopping me.
Explain to you why
You guys haven't given me a valid reason. These people are riding bikes in the road. These guys are riding bikes in the road. These people are crossing the road here. People cross the road all the time. I'm not going to give you my ID if I don't have a reason to. You get your supervisor here and allow your supervisor to manage this situation.
Don't say nothing else to him.
You're telling me because I walked on the road, because I stepped on the road, you want to see my ID? Because I stepped on the road. I had to step on the road to even get this far. If there's debris on the sidewalk, of course I stepped around. So what? Big deal. What are you going to do about it? Not seeing the ID. Do some real work. You're out here acting like pussy.
Well, if you continue to refuse to give us your ID,
I want to wait till your supervisor gets here. Vasquez, you might as well zip it.
well, the supervisor's going to tell you the same thing.
Stay calm.
Like I just told you. I walked on the sidewalk. I stepped off the sidewalk because there's debris. What else you want to know? You just want to see my ID? Well, we can meet with Jim. There is no instruction. There is no instruction.
Brother, do what I tell you. Don't say nothing else. Nothing. Be quiet. Don't say nothing.
Which one did you stop him?
In a world where the line between authority and human rights can sometimes blur, knowing the law and how to assert yourself respectfully is more important than ever. This wasn't just a conversation with police. It was a powerful reminder that knowing your rights can shift the outcome. You have the right to not show ID unless there's a clear legal reason. You have the right to request a supervisor. And above all, you have the right to remain silent because your rights aren't granted by permission. They're protected by law. Have you ever faced a similar situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe to the channel to see more real-life encounters where civil rights take center stage.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm having the time of my life.
Awesome.
How about you?
Good, good.
I will give you my name as soon as I get your ID.
In the heart of Hialeah, a group of citizens entered a government building with one simple yet powerful purpose: to exercise their right to access public records, a fundamental liberty protected by Florida law and the U.S. Constitution. Armed with nothing but cameras, legal knowledge, and a drive for government transparency, they thought it would be a routine process. But what unfolded was far from ordinary. A tense encounter where questions of freedom, public filming rights, and demands for personal identification quickly surfaced. Are civil rights truly respected when put to the test? And what happens when you stand your ground? Stay tuned and witness it for yourself.
What do you need his ID?
I need everybody's ID. I need to take down information.
Can we see your ID?
Sure.
Well,
Right here.
Okay, well, here's my ID then.
Okay.
Here's my ID.
Am I being detained?
But here's my ID.
I'm not detaining anybody.
That's all
I
right.
need to get some names and numbers.
Can we go though?
We can go there.
I'll tell you what. No. Now you're being detained.
Am I being detained?
Are you part of this group?
I just came here to make a public records request.
Okay.
So what are you detaining him?
Are you part of this group?
I know.
I need to get a report that they came here to visit.
These,
Committed a crime though?
This is not a crime.
So why do you need a report?
But you're detaining me based on I committed a crime, correct?
No, sir.
So can I leave then?
No, you cannot leave because I'm conducting an investigation.
I understand that, but have I
I'm
committed a crime?
conducting an investigation.
It's just an
But you
investigation.
detained me against my free will, which I can't leave anymore.
Sir, what
Okay,
we're doing
you're
is
taking it wrong.
documenting, okay,
Pardon me.
what
You
happened.
mind if I stand in the shade a little more?
We came in
Is that
with
okay?
cameras.
If I'm in the sun, you are in the sun. How's that? May I have your IDs, every single one of you?
So we are under no legal requirement to provide our IDs if we're not being detained for a crime. Is that correct?
No, that is not correct.
Then what is the law? Then you can ask for my ID and
Because in the city of Hialeah, when we have people invade, as you guys did,
Yeah.
we need to get and write a report of the incident, nothing more. So you're not complying.
I'll be happy to give you my
Sir,
name, but I don't
not.
want to give you my identification.
Well, I'm mayor.
You told me your name, I'll give you my name.
I understand.
That's all I can do. I don't have like, I'm just being completely honest.
Yeah, and I'm Carlos Miller. I mean, I don't hide who I am, but I'm under no legal requirement to show you my identification unless I'm being detained for a crime. And I just want to keep it legal, that's all. That's all the whole point. I don't want to just have to give up my rights.
You're not giving up a right.
Well, yeah. If I have to give
An investigation.
What are you investigating?
We're investigating what had occurred.
Well, what had occurred? We went in there.
I don't know. I came in there to find out. And
We
you
asked for
guys are
public records.
exiting,
That's what
so
we did.
now
That's
I
what
want to find
happened.
out what happened.
Did you hear anything
So you
else?
want to tell me what happened?
We came in and asked for public records. And these gentlemen are looking for public records, and I'm doing a journalistic report on them.
I can't
that's
see
it.
my public records.
That's it.
But I saw the room was full, so I left.
That's it. That's why, I mean, my name is Carlos Miller. I run a blog called photographiesonthecrime.com. I'm writing a book on citizen journalism. A section of that book is on public records.
Yeah, but you're shaking. I see you shaking like if you feel you did
Well,
something wrong.
because I feel like you're going to fucking pounce on me anytime.
You have a gun.
I'm shaking because I have a gun.
You have a
Okay, so
gun.
please stay away from me.
Wait.
All right?
I may have a gun, but have I done any personal attack on you? Have I used any
Well, you're
foul
asking for my
language?
identification when you know you have no right to do that.
No, that's wrong. I do have a right to ask you for your identification.
Well, you have the right to ask for it, and I have the right not to give it to you. And let's leave it at that. All right?
Sergeant,
All right?
I'm speaking. No, you're not free to.
information already. Am I free to go? Get my information already.
I will find out from my officer. Right now, I don't trust you because you could be lying to me, just like you guys could be lying to me. Do you get his ID?
Am I free to go? Yes, I did. Am I free to go?
So now you're free to go.
I'm just gonna go right over here.
Now, can you get this gentleman's name?
Here's my identification right here.
That's it?
Yeah.
Can I take it off your...
Yeah. Suppress fast.
Can I have one of my papers, keys? That way I can give him my identification from there.
Okay, you already got his ID?
Yes, sir. I'm on.
Huh? No, whichever one. He probably speaks both.
You mind giving me a date of birth?
There you go, sir.
I do actually. Yeah, but you can look it up.
You know how to look at
I mean, you know, I'm everywhere, man.
Hey, you're still shaking though.
I drink a lot of Cuban coffee, bro. You know that's what happens when you drink a lot of Cuban coffee.
No. I think it's because you borderline on what is right and what is wrong, and you're very worried.
So you think I committed a crime in there, right? Even though I'm getting everything on camera, I would record myself committing a
based on your
crime.
behavior, you're very nervous.
Oh, I already have.
Really? I understand that's what you guys do. You guys intimidate people, then you call them out for being intimidated.
I'm not intimidating you in any way.
Really? Am I free to go?
Not just yet.
If I walk out here, what's going to happen? If I walk out to the car, what's going to happen?
Now you're free to go.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Sorry. Once that time, I'm running for Mayor Hialeah, sir. All right, I want to take care of you guys, all right? But don't violate people's rights, please. You guys are violating people's rights. Don't do that. That's just wrong. You don't do that. This is America. This is not Cuba. This is not Cuba. You guys need to stop violating people's rights. You know, you guys detained us for the last 15 minutes for no reason at all.
We're not demanding. Can you give us, like everybody else did?
I already gave it to the gentleman upstairs when I was making my public records request and invited him to contact the city attorney. I have to give it to you?
Well, I mean, we're asking everybody. What is
Individual. Honestly, I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
We've been hired by the city
to
prevent people from getting injured. So when a group shows up, as you guys did, it's very intimidating to other people.
I have like.
To form a group and intimidate other people,
So I
yeah,
suppose
they're under a threat. So I'm answering your question now.
Okay.
You're intimidating other people.
To ask for public records.
No, there's asking for a public record is not the question.
That's what we did.
You asked for a public record. Whether they gave it to you or not, I don't know.
Right.
But I will tell you that you guys assembled as a group, show up, and
We have the
people
right
are
to assemble in the First Amendment. Are you
You're
aware of
right.
that?
You're right. But people are fearful. They're
I-
afraid.
Because they don't know their rights.
Did we walk in
No,
with cameras?
people are fearful when people get into a group, regardless of whether you're 100% honest people or not.
You guys need to get
In this day and age,
I'm running for mayor.
people
Well,
are
we walked
afraid.
in, we walked down.
You
and no
see it
crime
on
was
the
committed.
news every day. Now, I'm going to
People
ask
walking
one
into City
thing.
Hall with cameras.
Don't edit.
No, I'm
Because
not,
I know what a lot
feel
of people on the blogs and they get on the internet and they'll cut one piece and add another piece and add another piece.
Well, we'll do that for-
and then they intimidate and make people look bad.
No, we're doing it for time
Now,
purposes. We don't want to run the whole video.
I believe you. I believe you. I don't get involved in politics.
This is not political. This is my rights. The
This
Hialeah
is-
Police Department has violated my rights more than 4
Have I
times.
violated your rights
No, the
right now?
Hialeah Police Department has.
Have I violated his rights
You,
today?
by you guys?
Well, you
by
asked for
guys-
identification, so that is a violation of
Well,
rights.
because we were called for service because people were intimidated
Well, the
by
thing
you.
is, you
I'm
need to
trying
educate them on their
relay-
rights. You
Listen,
got to educate them on their rights.
Your first
officer.
name again was what?
My name is Juan Santana. I
Juan.
am running for mayor
Juan.
of Hialeah.
Juan, I am
I'm going to
Sergeant
say that
Garrett.
again.
Juan,
Yes,
I'm trying to help you out.
I understand,
And
Sarge.
I'm trying to explain
But
to
I don't
you
want my rights to be violated.
Why? I understand.
Yes.
But I want you to understand that when a group of people shows up, whether it's you or anybody else, people get intimidated.
Is that illegal?
If a group of mayors or not mayors, but any group in there comes out and they attack one person,
Nobody
and
attacked anybody.
You're using the wrong
they
word.
get
That's very
intimidated.
inflammatory
In that
word.
case, they have the right to
Attack?
call 911,
No victim.
and we show
Why
up
did
to
you,
find
Sergeant,
out.
why did you use the word
Who called,
attack
sir?
when you know we did not attack anybody?
I don't know if
we
you're
did attack someone,
attacking.
we would be in
That's
jail
why
right now.
we came.
We didn't attack
Because
anybody. You know we
nobody
did not
knows
attack.
if they're
Even the
being
guy on
attacked
the, I've heard that
and
guy
they
on the
were in
phone. He
fear.
said we're being cool. So we didn't attack anybody. And just for you to say that is
I'm
very
trying to help you.
inflammatory.
If we go on with business suits,
Really?
Don't you think?
No, I don't.
Okay, if you
I'm
hear,
trying to give you advice.
okay, if you hear
I'm
another
trying to tell
officer
you.
on the radio say, I'm being attacked by a guy with a camera, you're gonna go out there with your guns drawn, right?
Did I come to you with my
No, but
gun
if you
drawn?
hear- but yes or
Did
no?
I come to you with my gun drawn?
No, but you yes and no.
Okay.
If you hear a report
So
of another officer
now
getting
I have
attacked,
another question.
yes, sir.
Have I conducted myself professionally?
Well, you shouldn't have asked for identification. I mean, you didn't need to. There was no crime being
Yes,
committed.
I do. Yes,
There's
I
no
do.
crime being committed.
The crime is people were in fear.
Terryville, Ohio.
And in order to find...
What ordinance is that?
It's a crime. Yes.
People were in fear for what? Cameras?
Correct.
We walk in, there's cameras everywhere. That's all. We're just trying to keep government honest.
This has nothing to do with the cameras, okay? And you're using cameras because you are intimidating people with it.
No, because we're trying to protect ourselves.
This is
That's
our
why.
First Amendment rights,
You
sir.
you're
We wanna
right.
protect
You're
ourselves.
right.
Yourself on the
But you
Constitution,
know that when
Sarge.
you come in with a bunch of cameras and a bunch of people,
And that's
you
wrong?
intimidate others.
But is that don't we have our
Intimidating
freedoms?
others is wrong.
No. Don't we have our freedoms? I've been
You have your
intimidated by
freedom,
your department
but
for years.
intimidating others is wrong.
Really? So you guys are intimidated of cameras?
Demanding for IDs.
No, that's not what I'm
Or
saying.
of people in numbers in cameras? What, 5 or more, or 4 or
No,
more?
cameras
or
have
6 or more?
nothing to
What-
do with it.
Then what is it? What is it? 6 or more people at a time?
You're trying to be unreasonable.
No, I'm just trying
No.
to be specific.
Logic.
That's
Sarge,
all.
but even
I'm trying to.
after
I'm asking
we
what
already
is
asked them for
what is
ID,
it
they
that
wanted
was
to leave
wrong here?
work, they're still here entertaining the progress, right?
Yeah.
Entertaining what's going on. You guys
How we doing tomorrow,
give us
baby?
your ID.
Good afternoon, sir.
You guys are free to go, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
We're here
After
assembling,
you
speaking
hang
to each other. But Sarge kept talking to us, so.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, Marlo. Yeah.
In a free society, citizens' rights are not just written in law books. They must be upheld in real life. Today's encounter in Hialeah serves as a vivid reminder of that truth. When a simple act like requesting a public record is met with resistance, demands for ID, and the arrival of police officers, it forces us to ask, do we truly understand our rights? And are we ready to stand up for them? The lesson here isn't just for those involved, but for all of us. The right to access information, to film in public spaces, and to decline unreasonable ID requests. These are cornerstones of a functioning democracy. But these rights only matter when we choose to exercise them, to question authority, and to say no when our freedoms are at stake.